if the banks can print money under that definition, why don't the Indian nations and the church have their own money and tell the state, you know, just stay away from us. We'll run this, and our money won't have the inflation that you're building into it. You know, can you imagine? It's like Social Security. They tax you over 10%, and then they spend that money and tell you it's in a lockbox. No bottom on the lockbox. But now they're printing $600 billion or putting it into electronically, and they're saying, oh, well, we really bought bonds with it. What, government bonds? It's the same thing as Social Security. I mean, folks, you gotta, oh, we have more video clips and a phone call. All right, let's take the phone calls. We'll take the phone call and then we'll play. Go ahead, caller.
Bob, is that you?
Yes, go ahead. Question or comment?
Yeah, I know it. I met you a couple weeks ago, and we talked about how the council, you know, we're the ones that elect them, and they only give you 2 minutes to talk. And just like the fire department, closing it down, that's the worst thing that ever happened was them taking over the fire department. I know a lot of volunteer firemen that quit because the city took over, and they're going to do it their way. Well, what's their way now? To shut down more stations. So what about that, Bob?
Yep. Yes, they are shutting down stations. We have a clip on that, and you know the volunteer, they're technically called are referred to as paid per call firefighters, but we referred to them as the volunteer firemen. And so now you're going to go to a full-time fire department, which, you know, the growing of the bureaucracy. We need to elevate our stature by having a full-time fire department, and now they're going to spend millions and millions, probably about $6 million or more, building new stations so they can have sleeping quarters there, and it just no end. And now instead of having these stations all over the city and a response time of, say, 2 minutes, now you're going to have 8-10-minute response time, and the fire chief and the bureaucrats up there are trying to get us to believe that we're going to have a better service. Caller, you're smarter than that. I'm smarter than that. And pretty soon all the voters are going to be smarter than that. Any other comments? Thank you, caller. Let's play the next clip. You know, one of the things I might add here before we do this clip is this stuff with this, when I call the domestic partner ordinance, what that really is the nose of the camel getting under the tent. It's this incremental push to legitimize certain lifestyles, and it's that proverbial nose of the camel under the tent. Pretty soon you're going to have the whole camel in there. All right, let's play the next piece.
The council. On July 26, 2010, the Maplewood City Council passed ordinance number 907 that reestablished the Human Rights Commission. Over a couple of council manager workshops, you did interview 12 candidates. I will just add that you really had your work cut out for you. We had some wonderful, wonderful candidates. The results of your tallied ballots show that the following people are recommended for appointment to the commission: William Joannis, Laurie Simon, John Brandt, Jeffrey Kringle, Charlotte Winnan, Ariane Maxwell, and Marie Ridgway. Staff recommends that the City Council approve the attached resolution appointing the candidates for the terms that are listed in the report, and then they will all be contacted and informed that they are on the commission.
I would agree that I am always pleasantly surprised when we're doing our interviews.
So the interesting part about that, this new Human Rights Commission, and oh, by the way, that was Karen Guilfoyle, who runs the election along with Deb Schmidt. And you know, when I go up there and I want to put a name on the bureaucrats that are running these operations up there, the city wants to operate, Mr. Rosbach wants everything to operate in secrecy up there. They don't want the citizens telling the other citizens which of the bureaucrats are in charge of certain operations up there. So that was Karen Guilfoyle. And, so when you put a name on, they kick you out of the council meeting. That's the respect they showed for you. Well, if you knew those names up there that got put on that commission, there was one, it's Marie, but her real name is Marie Nephew, John Nephew's sister. Now another person on that commission is John Brandt. And the information I have on John Brandt is one of Rosbach's biggest and most frequent campaign donors. So you see how that works. The former mayor, they won't allow her to be on any commissions, but they put their political cronies or relatives, nepotism, on these commissions. So you need to understand that. And of course, if you bring that up, they're going to have the police chief escort you out of the meeting. Folks, I want to say that you can go on 2 sites. I think I'm going to recommend going on Will Rosbach Show. Just lowercase, go on YouTube and just put in WILLROSSBACH show, SHOW, all one word, and you'll see this stuff on Mr. Rosbach. It's worth watching. Whoever put this together did a wonderful job of being able to show you the real Mr. Rosbach. Now, there's another site you can go to on YouTube, the just Bob Zick Show, BOBZICKSHOW. We have some more stuff there. Now you can also go on, I think it's the City of Maplewood Show, all one word. And then we're going to have some more clips. So go on YouTube, look this stuff up. I think it'll be educational. All right, caller, question or comment?
What do you want?
Good evening. Question or comment?
A comment.
Okay.
I was listening to a morning radio show.
Yes.
This morning, probably one of the most popular in the nation.
Okay.
And they said, "Are you sure those L's aren't silent?" In James Lannis.
Yeah.
But anyways, I hate to say too much because I live downhill from Will Rosbach. And you know what runs downhill?
Yeah, you're catching on. I think
I've caught on.
A lot of people have
caught. Such an ignorant person that it's hard to take.
A lot of people have caught on, caller. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's play the next clip we have up there. The next clip is...
So then, special workshop.
Right. Well, I just wanted to remind folks that might not be aware of this. We did approve calling this workshop, I think, at our last meeting. And for folks to be clear about it, it is a workshop, so it's not going to be a public comment item. It's going to be an opportunity for the City Council to compare notes and all the feedback that we've been getting on the topic and to communicate with staff about where we're at and where we might be going forward from this point. So just to let folks know, if you're planning to come down, you won't actually have a chance to speak, but you certainly are welcome to observe and continue to share your opinions on the topic and to watch it either on TV or on streaming. And that's about it. That'll be next Monday.
You can come down, you can't speak, but you can share your opinions. That's pseudo-intellectual John Nephew. What that is next Monday, the council is having a workshop to figure out what 250 people, irate citizens, what they were telling the council when they came down there and said, leave our trash hauling alone. We don't want you in our contract with our rubbish hauler. Keep your hands off. Well, now the council, you know, they're not sure what 250 people, you know, the council chambers were standing room only. That whole entryway where you go down to the license bureau was standing room only. 250 people more, because we counted, and now the council, they're going to push this down your throat, just like Nancy Pelosi pushed down national health care, just like they pushed down the domestic partner ordinance. They don't care. They're arrogant. They know more than the citizens know. So we have the next clip. This is the clip on absentee voting. This is, and I'll explain how they manipulate these elections, by the way. And this is, the city is required to have a ballot board. You know, most of the other cities, the Ramsey County conducts the election. Maplewood runs its own election, and I think Maplewood has this special ordinance that I believe allows them to, the ordinance allows them to change the outcome of any election by 20%. So watch this now, and we're going to show you, we had people asking where the ballot board is, and now you have the person that I'm not supposed to mention her name, Karen Guilfoyle, telling you there is a ballot board, and then we're going to show you the city manager who says there is no ballot board. All right, let's play this.
You want to give us the highlights of the Citizens Forum?
Oh, yes, it was a very enjoyable Saturday morning with the Citizens Forum. Really good group of people, and we had some interesting questions asked, and one was direct us to Karen about a ballot board for election. Can you explain what a ballot board is? So,
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. I guess I heard from a couple people that one of the citizens that came said that we did not have a ballot board for the election this year, and I can most certainly say that we most certainly did, because it was the law and we followed the law to the letter to the law. And what a ballot board is essentially, I kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier when we were talking in the council manager workshop, that the city hall and city clerk and my staff and election judges as well serve as what would be kind of like a 17th precinct, and that all of the absentee ballots that at one point were processed at the polling places are now.
All right, so there's Karen Guilfoyle. We used to call her city clerk. Now I forget what her title is now. Okay, now after we did this, let's play the part of the city manager, Mr. Antonym, saying there is no ballot board. And, you know, we had a citizen up there asking, where's the ballot board? It's kind of like, where's the beef? We want to see the beef. And so, you know, what do we have? When did we have a ballot board? You know, was this a creation just after the fact? When the citizen was up there looking for the ballot board, there was no ballot board to be had. Let's play the clip with the, you know, one of the things, folks, you need to understand, these third world countries, with these elections that are so corrupted, well, you know, ask yourself about the elections over here. And do you really trust these elections? You know, especially on all of them, whether it's the absentee or the regular elections. Remember, Maplewood, after the last election, miraculously found 171 ballots after the fact, and lo and behold, 2/3 were for Franken, 1/3 was for Coleman.